What do you pay for your monthly energy bill? Because you should be prepared to pay more to turn on the lights. According to officials from 3 electric utility companies at an Anchorage Chamber of Commerce meeting in November of 2012, take the bill you got last year and plan on paying up to 10% more. Then plan on paying even more in 2014. This is according to Phil Steyer, Director of Communications for Chugach Electric. Speakers at the Anchorage Forum listed several reasons for the imminent increases, but all of them agree that the major factor in the increase was the higher cost of natural gas due to aging wells that are in steep decline. What about in rural Alaska, where villages rely mainly on diesel fuel to power electric generators? Getting that diesel to these remote locations is costly and time-consuming. In a January 2012 Anchorage Daily News article, it states that the town of Nome and nearby villages faced fuel shortages that winter due to the severe cold weather. It demonstrated the vulnerability of isolated communities relying on fuel deliveries by sea or air and the high cost of transporting petroleum that can run up to $10 a gallon. And in Fairbanks, a survey by the Council of Community and Economic Research has found that the city has by far the highest utility costs among urban areas nationwide. Residents in Fairbanks pay more than double the national average for utilities. And besides the monetary costs that people pay, there is another byproduct of these high prices, a very dangerous health and environmental hazard. A February 2013 article in the Los Angeles Times reported that Fairbanks air quality readings in November were twice as bad as Beijing. And why? Because people were turning to not just burning wood, but coal in their wood-burning home stoves and backyard furnaces that sent thick clouds of soot into the air. People felt they had no other affordable alternative to keep warm. So what can be done to help alleviate these issues of diminishing natural gas supplies, remote diesel transportation costs, and pollution? As the great Bob Dylan once said, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Alaska has abundant wind resources available for energy development. Wind energy production is a proven, mature technology that makes this renewable energy source attractive to many communities throughout Alaska. Let's look at South Central Alaska first. Here, natural gas is used to generate more than 90% of our electricity. Renewable wind energy can help diversify our power resources, which would increase reliability and decrease vulnerability to gas shortages and price increases. SERI, an Alaskan Native corporation, has partnered with Chugach Electric Association and has built the first phase of the Fire Island Wind Project. The initial 11 turbines have already gone into operation, producing more than 50,000 megawatt hours of power annually. According to SERI's website, this is enough power for approximately 4,000 homes and will offset approximately 500 million cubic feet of natural gas for power generation. If the Fire Island project is built out to its full capacity of 33 turbines, that would amount to a 53 megawatt generation capacity and would supply about 12% of the Chugach electric load. Now this won't solve our short-term or long-term problem of the old declining gas wells. However, they will work as a stopgap to supply South Central with power until new wells can be developed. Not only that, but this power cost is guaranteed to stay at the same rate over time, unlike natural gas. Second, rural Alaskan villages are developing wind diesel hybrid power systems that can generate a quarter or more of their power from wind. And because the wind tends to blow the most in winter months when the electricity needs are the greatest, it provides an even better cost savings. According to the Alaska Village Electric Cooperative website, AVEC, it serves 53 villages in the interior and western Alaska, and now has a wind diesel hybrid system installed in 10 of these villages. AVEC produces 1.5 megawatts of energy with 17 turbines located in rural villages. Over 20% of annual electricity is currently produced by wind power in 2 of the villages, and AVEC estimates that 30% of electricity in these communities could eventually be produced from wind. And these cost savings are not insubstantial. A typical village-scale 1,000 kilowatt wind turbine can displace about 18,000 gallons of diesel fuel per year. That's $180,000 at $10 a gallon. It's no wonder that rural Alaskans are encouraging development of more wind energy whenever possible. Finally, let's look at Fairbanks. This last year saw the completion of Alaska's largest wind farm to date, the Eva Creek Wind Farm. It's owned and operated by the Golden Valley Electric Association. They developed a renewable energy pledge of having 20% of the system's peak load generated by renewable resources by 2014, and Eva Creek delivers this. That's enough electricity to power more than 9,000 average interior homes each year. But beyond the large-scale wind energy, Fairbanks homeowners can look to small-scale residential wind turbines that can be installed on their own property. Golden Valley Electric's website states that they allow grid integration of small-scale turbines and even has developed a sustainable natural alternative power program that helps offset the cost of installing this equipment. The federal government also chips in here and will provide a tax credit of up to 30% of the cost of installing these small-scale wind systems. A medium-sized residential wind system is sufficient for most average home needs and can make homes even more energy independent, which most Alaskans would be proud of. And best of all, it's pollution-free. These systems are not right for every home and will make the most sense in the surrounding areas outside of the Fairbanks core. But these are good incentive programs in place to help people see an alternative to burning coal, and any decrease in air pollution emissions is a step in the right direction. So in conclusion, it's not surprising that Alaska has some of the highest electricity and fuel prices in the country. Alaska is large, remote, and a sparsely populated state. And these factors lead to high transportation costs for both fuel and electricity. Alaska produces a higher percentage of its electricity from petroleum than almost any other state because many remote rural communities use diesel to generate electricity. But the fact is that Alaska has substantial wind energy potential. Rural Alaska is already seeing the benefits of mixing wind-diesel hybrid systems, and major investments in urban utility-scale systems are being implemented to alleviate natural gas shortages and decrease pollution levels. While wind contributes to a relatively small portion of the state's current electricity supply, I hope I have given you a good overview of why wind energy works for Alaska and should continue to be invested in for the benefit of our future. Thank you.